Learn from an attorney what the least restrictive environment is when we're discussing something like a student with disabilities entitlement to a free, appropriate public education. Hi, I'm Stacey Storino, an attorney since 1998, certified life coach since 2015, and a leader in legal coaching that turns people into effective advocates for themselves and their loved ones when they're bullied, special needs, or both. Woman 101 stands for wisdom that turns victims into victors. Now, let's learn what the least restrictive environment is when we're discussing something like a student with disabilities entitlement to a free, appropriate public education. Stay tuned until the end of the video so that you can learn about a method to get the best for your special needs kids' education. Yup, there is a method. The Individuals with Disabilities Education Act provides that a student with disabilities is entitled to a FAPE, or free appropriate public education, in the least restrictive environment, or LRE. See, when you're dealing with special needs or students with disabilities, acronyms like FAPE and LRE get thrown around quite a bit. Anyway, what exactly does the law mean when we're discussing something like an LRE, or least restrictive environment? Well, the IEP team, and I've done a separate video on who they are, will jointly determine the least restrictive environment that is practical for your special needs kid to learn. Things that are taken into consideration when a decision like this is made are the following: your child's strengths, your concerns as a parent, the results of any observations and/or evaluations that have been conducted in connection with your child while they're in public school, the student's academic development and functional needs, and the student's behavior if it impedes or sets up roadblocks with respect to their own learning or the learning of their peers. So, what is the scale of learning scenarios for your child when determining what the least restrictive environment is? It starts with a purely general education classroom, and then the scale slides down to the next level, which would be a general education classroom with related services such as speech, language, or reading. Then the scale slides down to a general education classroom with part-time team teaching. So there you'll find two teachers in the classroom, with one being a general education teacher and another being a special education teacher. And then the scale slides down once more to where you'll have a classroom environment with collaborative team teaching. This is where you have special education teachers only in the classroom, and the students in the classroom all have disabilities. Then the scale slides down further, where the child will be in a special class but in a community school setting where only students with disabilities are in attendance in the classroom where your child will go, but it's otherwise located in a community school with general education students on campus, where, say, the special education students could go to gym or specials with non-disabled peers. But the classroom scenario is specifically all for general education students. The students in each class should all have about the same IQ levels, but students can otherwise range between 1 to 3 years in age. The scale slides down further where your child would go to class in a special education school. There, it's a more restrictive environment, so a reason really needs to be given in the IEP as to why your child cannot be permitted to be in with the general student population. I've done a separate video about IEPs, so you definitely want to check that out. Anyway, the scale does continue to slide down further, where it's possible that a child can be given a residential placement, either public or private, and even be permitted to receive home instruction. Now, home instruction is the most restrictive environment, where the child is removed completely from a teaching environment. They're at home with the parent when this happens. Schools will not likely ever recommend this, so it's up to the parent themselves to request a situation like this one. A collaborative decision amongst the entire IEP team can yield this result, however. Don't know what an IEP team is, or you're not entirely sure? I've done a separate video on that too, so check it out. There's so much to keep track of, isn't there? When you have a special needs or disabled child, what can you do to make sure that your special needs kid is getting all of the assistance that they can and should receive? You've got to stay on top of things, because sometimes the school isn't as proactive as it should be. No worries, we'll break things down piece by piece together. The Woman 101 YouTube channel is stocked with solutions for parents and kids alike. Solutions that work and have been road tested by an attorney and her clients for decades. So go to the channel, subscribe, and soak it all in. You've come to the right place. Want more information about the secrets to getting the best for your special needs kids when they attend public school? Check out the link down below in this video's show notes for more details about special needs secrets. I would love to hear from you. What's your experiences been in terms of getting your child evaluated by the public school system? Or have you not had the opportunity to do so yet? Share down below and let's have all of the Woman 101 Wise Owls love up on you and give you support. And if you like this content, please remember to support me on Patreon so I can keep providing new material on a regular basis to kids everywhere. Remember, Woman 101 stands for wisdom turning victims into victors. Be sure to subscribe to this channel and like this video and share this with anyone you know who could use some support. Woman 101, be wise with your heart.